Hi everyone, my name is Remus Jamay Rivera, a freshman student at De La Salle University under the ABOCM course. So before getting started on talking about the three issues that bother me the most, let me show you my current location because this will give you a hint on what we will be talking about for this video. Let's go! We are in the province of Capas Tarlac in northern Luzon. As you can see behind me, there are a lot of crops and rice plantations, farmlands full of fruits and vegetables plantations, which are essential for the agricultural sectors of the Philippines. And we will be talking about that throughout this video, and we will know what underlying issues are interconnectedly related through this agricultural sector. Okay, we're back. Now let's talk about the three issues in Philippine society that bother me the most. First, let's talk about hunger. Now, what do we mean when we say hunger? Hunger refers to the weakened condition brought about by prolonged lack of food. This is also the second Sustainable Development Goal of the United Nations, wherein they aim to achieve zero hunger worldwide through food security, improving nutrition, and promoting sustainable agriculture. Currently, the Philippines Global Hunger Index is 20.3. It is recognized as serious when it comes to hunger, and it is placing the country 69 out of 119 countries in the Global Hunger Index. Sadly, hunger occurs the most in agricultural and fishing sectors of Philippine society, wherein 70% of laborers are considered as poor. Now, why do we need to address this issue? Hunger could pose dangerous health consequences to our Filipino brothers and sisters. Low weight and stunting, otherwise known as being short for your age, could restrict growth and full development. Also, the Philippines is known as a country being prone to natural disasters such as floods, typhoons, and earthquakes. Therefore, the resulting damage could pose hunger and poverty in both rural and urban parts of the Philippines. Now, during the peak of the coronavirus pandemic, according to the Social Weather Survey, the Philippines showed the highest hunger incident rate of 30.7%. That's approximately 7.6 million families experiencing hunger during the lockdown period. Now let's talk about the second issue, which is malnutrition. Now, what do we mean when we say malnutrition? Malnutrition refers to the deficiencies, excesses, or imbalances of a person's intake when it comes to energy and nutrients. In the Philippine society, 95 Filipinos die from malnutrition on a daily basis. 27 out of 1,000 Filipino children are not even able to surpass their 5th birthdays. And a third of Filipino children experience stunting, which can be permanent or irreversible after their 2 years of age. And why does this happen in Philippine society? Because numerous families do not have the means to purchase nutritious food and resources essential for a healthy lifestyle, such as fresh fruits and vegetables, proteins such as meat and fish, milk, and other healthy beverages. On the other hand, there are accessible food and beverages and other resources for healthy lifestyle which have lower prices. But sadly, these are unhealthy. These are high in fat, salt, and sugar, which could result to health risk diseases such as being overweight or obese. Sadly, these are frequent to those families and those areas experiencing hunger and food poverty in both rural and urban areas of the Philippines. Now let's talk about the third issue that I would like to focus on, because I firmly believe that this is one of the root causes of the two issues that were previously discussed. This is lack of agricultural support. Agriculture constitutes the foundation of food security, which are highly essential for ending hunger and malnutrition. So it is imperative that all concerned governmental and departmental bodies should operate together in order to fulfill their purposes and missions. They should continuously engage with innovation and collaborate with research and development in order to meet and face the current and future challenges in the agricultural sectors of the Philippines. There has always been pressure in the food systems of the Philippines, including agriculture, where most of our food resources originate from. These areas include farming, fisheries, and even livestock, having purposes of feeding millions of Filipinos. However, it is ironic that 2 out of 5 Filipinos still experience food poverty according to data. The Philippines are experiencing various kinds of agricultural problems because our beloved farmers lack support, training, and moral boost from previous and the current governments. The administration should exert more efforts in order to change and uplift the dying agricultural sectors of the Philippines. Here are some of the reasons why lack of agricultural support persists in Philippine societies. Number 1 is limited education. Most of our beloved farmers are only elementary graduates, and some are not even exposed to formal education and only rely on experience when it comes to learning the traditional ways of farming. These are considered hindrances and barriers when it comes to coping up or adapting to the changing needs and technological advancements of agriculture. Second are imported farming essentials. Goods and products such as fertilizers, pesticides, and seeds are imported from other countries. Therefore, they are expensive and unaffordable for farmers experiencing poverty. Third is environmental injustice. Most of our beloved farmers do not own the land they till. Therefore, they cannot maximize the usage of the land they cultivate, since they are just tenants. And some landowners even require a 50-50 percentage product shares, leaving only half of the produced income to the farmers, which are only sufficient to pay their debts. Lastly, our farmers lack protection from the middlemen when it comes to taking advantages of the farmers' weaknesses, since most of our middlemen, which are mostly rich consumers, purchase the produce of the farmers at very low costs, and the Department of Agriculture seems to be neglecting these situations and culprits. Another reason for the lack of agricultural support is the patronizing of imported agricultural products, which would negatively impact our beloved farmers and agricultural sectors. This is brought about with the Rice Tarification Law, which was passed and signed last February 2019 with the objective of modernizing the agricultural sector by making this area globally competitive. Under this law, it permits the entry of imported rice into the country by imposing tariffs depending on the volume of imported goods. Although 10 billion pesos is allotted for agricultural support and for the farmers, according to the Kilusan na Magbubukid ng Pilipinas, the law would still negatively impact the farmers, and they consider this as a death warrant for the rice industry in the Philippines, since it would pave ways for foreign industries to overpower and completely wipe out the local farmers of the Philippines. Lastly is the negligence of investments for agricultural productivity. Unfortunately, the government has not been able to conduct, build, or even implement good infrastructures for our beloved farmers. Such examples of these are irrigation systems, farm-to-market roads, and drying facilities, and other services which would benefit our beneficiaries, which are the farmers. Now let's talk about what can we do in order to help our local farmers and how to improve the agricultural sectors of the Philippines gradually. Number 1 is raising awareness about our agricultural costs on social media. Through social media marketing, we could virtually share informative posts about our farmers, their situations, the underlying agricultural issues of the Philippines, and other platforms that would benefit our local farmers. We would be helping and reaching mass groups of people and informing them about our agricultural advocacies. Next is patronizing nationally produced products. These are food resources such as rice, fruits and vegetables, meat, and other locally produced resources which can be found in local markets. We could also explore and use alternative platforms that supports farmer goods and products. One great example is the Session Groceries app. This application connects local farmers and consumers through supporting local agribusiness, promoting a sustainable lifestyle, and educating the mass community about the benefits of purchasing locally grown food. Their advocacy is to encourage farmers to continue farming, and Session Groceries will do the rest to market their produce. Also, it aims to educate the consumers that we should consider buying produce directly from our local farmers. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope that we can be heroes that are catalysts for change, supporting our local farmers and the agricultural sectors of the Philippines. Always stay safe and God bless. Thank you.